子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも
You absolute Witherhoard Wallies. Welcome to today's video. Now, today's video, we're going to be taking the Witherhoard for a spin. Before we get into dropping Taken Blights all over the map and being an idiot, I need you guys to like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red button. Do it right now before I Witherhoard you on the control point. You know I'll do it. So yeah, today we are looking at the Witherhoard. I don't know if I've even done many videos on the Witherhoard up until now, so I thought I'd bring it out for a spin. Break the Bank is an interesting perk. If you direct hit someone, they'll die and then they will drop a blight. And of course, the main perk is Primeval Torment. And the Catalyst is really good. It maxes out the handling and it gives it auto-loading holster, which is the best perk to get on a single fire grenade launcher, hands down. And I've got to say, typically whenever I face someone using Witherhoard in quick play, it's just someone like brainlessly running towards a cap point, firing the Witherhoard blight, and then just dying. And it's very tempting to kind of play like that with this weapon because obviously it's effective for that, right? But if you actually use it a bit more seriously, you can actually see the merits of the weapon. It's actually pretty damn strong. It's kind of like having a super powered vortex grenade available at all times via your grenade launcher, and you can zone off basically any part of the map and just really take control of things using the Witherhoard. It does an absolute ton of damage. I don't know the exact amount of time you need to be stood in the pool of blight piss or whatever the fuck it is. Oops, might be. But it's just very, very powerful. It's really good against supers, and if you get direct hitted by it, you are dead. I think the only way to survive a direct hit from this weapon would be to be stood in a well of radiance, maybe. And I know you can survive it in a bubble if you continuously step in and out of the bubble to refresh your armor of light. You can survive, but it's very difficult. So basically a direct hit with this weapon is a death sentence. But you can see the way the weapon fires, the trajectory of it. It's, you know, it's not very consistent or reliable to directly hit someone with it. Whenever I did it, it was just purely luck. And I wasn't actually trying to direct hit them when I would do it. So I wouldn't recommend going for them, but when it does happen, it's pretty funny. But yeah, the main way to use this weapon is just to zone off a choke point. If you know people are pushing you from one door and another door, you know, you can drop a blight on the left, you can drop a blight on the right. And, you know, they're going to have a tough time pushing you. Obviously, some players will just run into the blights and die, and when that happens, obviously it is very, very funny. Now, speaking of funny, combining the Witherhoard with Ward of Dawn is extremely hilarious, and especially in situations like this. So this is the final round of Showdown when it's like a tie. Basically a point comes up in the middle of the map and you have to drop a bubble. Well, you don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to drop a bubble, and then I'm going to drop a Witherhoard inside the bubble, and they kind of have no choice but to come in the bubble at this point, or we just cap the round and win the game. So this guy Ballistic slams into a Witherhoard pool, and yeah, well, yeah, you can see what happened. It's just hilarious. It's just a really, really funny way to play, and honestly, it's kind of interesting too, man. Like, Ward of Dawn is already a perilous thing to push, and adding a Witherhoard into that Ward of Dawn, the Witherhoard of Dawn, I don't know. I had a better name for it, but I've forgotten. The Witherward, I can't remember, but either way, it's disgusting. And Witherhoard is actually a lot better than you would think for actually playing with it seriously and not just running around at cap points and doing dumb stuff. If you actually use it like a serious weapon, it's actually pretty decent. Would I take it into something like Trials? No, because it's not lethal enough for Trials in my opinion. I mean, if you're using it in a coordinated manner with your team, then maybe, but yeah, overall it's just not that great. in a serious 3v3 environment. That Spectral Blaze got absolutely demolished though, suppressed and then led into the Witherhoard pool. Also, yeah, suppressor grenades work really well with the Witherhoard because obviously it takes away your movement abilities and that makes it harder to escape the pool of taking piss, you know, taking piss, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a really interesting combination. I know people were doing dust field grenades with Witherhoard, but I think that's not really that effective now after that nerf. So yeah, it's an interesting way to play it. Of course, I was pairing it up with my quick draw rangefinder palindrome. If you're wondering, I haven't done any GMs this week because it looks really difficult, and I don't fancy grinding because I have such a good roll here. I don't know if people will be able to, you know, get me another roll like that in a GM. So I'm not so sure. That ballistic slam, or sorry, not ballistic slam, that behemoth got absolutely outplayed by the bubble and the suppressor. I didn't even have any Witherhoard ammo at the time, or I definitely would have melted him with that. And you can see again using it quite aggressively there, dropping the Witherhoard pool on him, then pushing in for the melee and getting the overshield. It is pretty damn nice. It's way better than I thought it was. Like, it's way better than I thought it was. I only looked at this gun as a meme, but it's actually pretty damn good. So yeah, there you go, Witherhoard, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't tried it, give it a go. I think you can pull it from the kiosk. I gotta say, a lot of these seasonal weapons are actually really nice. Tommy's Matchbook, Duality, Witherhoard. They're really, really cool guns with a lot of creativity gone into them. And honestly, I think we need more weapons that are just breaking the mold, kind of like Witherhoard and Tommy's and Duality. Even Symmetry. I think I'm going to give Symmetry a try. I don't think I ever actually did a video on Symmetry. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section. Also, if you made it all this way to the end and you still haven't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. We upload every day, lots of content. Yesterday's video we did Tommy's Matchbook, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. I will be streaming on Twitch as well later on today, twitch.tv/shake. If you want to see me stream and play live, that's always an option for you. And yeah, man, this was just a fun way to play. In terms of what you could pair up with this thing, I was going with the palindrome, but you could use, you know, an auto rifle, an SMG, a sidearm. It's really up to you. I just like this palindrome, so I was going in with the palindrome. And yeah, you can see this guy pushes the Witherhoard. And yeah, don't forget to leave a like on the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
いい加減